Hi there YouTube, this is the Magnus bringing you another Total War Warhammer online ladder battle. Once again, I ended up going up against the Empire and I brought my Warriors of Chaos build. So we'll see how we do here. Same build as before, 3 Chaos Warriors with halberds, 4 Chosen, 2 Poison Warhounds, double ranked, a double ranked Hell Cannon, and Archaon the Ever Chosen. And let's take a look at what my opponent did here. He brought 1 unit of Reiksguard. And it looks like 1, 2, 3 units of Great Swords. He's got 2, 3 Spearmen, 2 Halberdiers. He also has a Hellblaster Volley Gun, an Empire Captain on each side for a total of 2. And he has the General of the Empire. So a pretty formidable force. He also has the terrain in this fight, but I'm hoping my better range of artillery will allow me to keep my position. And I laid out my army as such: infantry up front, 1 extra halberdier in the back to help watch the Hell Cannon, and the Chaos Warhounds poison in the back. So I start off shooting at his great swords here. Gonna get a nice clean hit there. And spread out some corpses and some fallen guys. Pretty good damage. My opponent's Hellblaster Volley Gun does not have as much range, so he's gonna have to move up to be able to use that on me. And it looks like he's also pushing with his flyers and with his cav. So I decide, let's see if the Hell Cannon can talk him out of moving his cav forward, or at least put a hurting on him. He tries to make a run back, but gets it caught and takes a decent hit there. Not big enough to scare him off though, so it looks like he's going to approach my line. And then he's going to pull back out wide again. The Hell Cannon continues to be retargeted at new units because I want to soften up as much of his expensive great swords as I possibly can, as they are the biggest threat to my well-armored Chosen with their armor-piercing and anti-infantry skills on the greatsword. Looks like a hit there, but barely does any damage, if any at all, but it just knocks a few guys back, so it ended up a little short. His cav, he's working around the flank here. I'm aiming my Hell Cannon the best I can, and then his Hellblaster Volley Gun gets in range and starts shooting my infantry, and it hits Archaon. It says your lord is under attack. So I can't stand there and take that, so I decide to move back just a little bit to encourage him to move forward more. I don't want to move beyond where the Hell Cannon is, though. I got to keep that protected because I believe it's going to be a big part of my opportunity for victory. So I continue to fire with the Hell Cannon. It's about 50-50 in this kind of circumstance, whether it hits or not. I'd like to see it be a little higher. Now here I start moving my infantry forward, and he picks a great time to bring his Reiksguard in because I am 100% distracted moving multiple control groups forward. And boom, he's going to get into my Chaos Warhounds with poison, unopposed, no countercharge. I'm going to send the Halberdiers over, and you see me move the other Chaos Warhounds up, so they're not going to be victimized as well. But of course my Halberds are not going to be able to catch his line. So since his Volley Gun is in range, I have no choice but to press up. They're doing pretty damn good damage on my Chaos Chosen here, and I don't want to allow that to continue. So I press all along the line. I keep back Archaon and the Halberds for now to protect my cannon, and I'm also holding these Warhounds in reserve because I'm trying to create a split in his line so I can go straight for here. So you can see I pull these guys a little bit to the left, these guys a little bit to the right, try to open up a hole in the center, and it looks like it worked. So first I'm going to move up Archaon, and I'm going to send him up here because I see his cav coming in, and I need to be able to put down his spells and use his abilities in a good manner here. So I'm going to go after his cav now. You can see I'm targeted at them. His Empire Captain here dives into the back of my line, a pretty standard play. This one he's holding back, probably waiting to see what I'm going to do with these guys, and I'm going to try to shoot the gap here. Now, because I'm doing so many things, including trying to keep Archaon in this fight over here, you're going to see that too many of them run into this infantry greatswords here, and get into that fight. Not necessarily a bad thing though, because those were my beat up chosen that were being shot, and they needed some help to survive, or at least minimize the success of the greatswords here. But my second ones are going to make it right through. Warhounds with poison, right into his Hellblasted volley guns. These guys are not going to enjoy that fight, and very quickly you can see they're going down in health and as far as their leadership. So right now I just have the halberds back with my gun. The problem is I keep trying to pull Archaon out of this fight. I'm unable to, even with the Chosen trying to bog him down, because now he's brought over his entire flying doom stack here to beat on Archaon. And without a healing potion, even with his buffs, with his abilities, this is not a situation he needs to be in. I keep giving him commands, get out, get out, get out, get out. He does not want to do it. I bring in the Warhounds from the rear to try and build up some more mass to get him out of here. On the right flank, it's a pretty even fight. Here, Archaon starts to run. You can see on the left flank, I won these couple engagements here, but this one I'm losing. So it's pretty even up across the board there. Maybe a little bit in his favor. I'm using the Warhounds to run along with him, trying to save Archaon desperately, because he is my only leader. I do not bring heroes because the Exalted heroes suck, and he's a combination of a fighter and a fire mage. So now I get the halberds to pick off the Empire captain, which looks like it's going to get Archaon out scot-free. Unfortunately, though, he has flying, and these guys are hanging around, so we'll see how long that lasts. I lose track of my halberds on this side. I need to pull them over. I do eventually. You can see over here, I'm winning a battle of attrition on the left, and on the right, I'm winning in this pocket, and here it's pretty close. So he's still stuck on my halberds. I think I can get this kill. So I pull up the Chaos Warhounds, and I try to pull up Archaon so I can hide him inside the troops so that the General of the Empire can't touch him. And then once I go in, I run out and around. So you can see I'm kind of trying to cheese my way to survival here. It's not necessarily cheese, just trying to evade it with his good mount. And then I see his captains start to flee. I think I can turn it to an advantage, and death embraces my lord. And as you can see, the bar starts to go heavily against me. And of course, my halberds weren't able to keep down the General of the Empire, so they're in great trouble. But we never give up, we never surrender. So I keep firing at anybody that's fleeing, making sure I break them. My infantry in the center here managed to break this Empire captain for the time being. So they're continuing to fight. He pulls in some spearmen. Over here I lost the battle on the right. Very bad situation there. Not much I can do about it. I'm trying to bring these guys back across the field, but hustle is not one of their specialties. So they're slowly humping there. These guys are slowly coming back. I can bring the Warhounds back quickly, but they're shaky. I broke the spear, but now I've got 3 really beat up infantry. One that's okay against 3 beat up infantry. These guys are coming in just in time, but of course, so is the General of the Empire. So everything's going to be decided in this little cluster here. So I'm pulling everything in while I continue to have my cannon shoot at fleeing units, or whenever the general's in the air, I have them shoot at him. But he lands, and then boom, I get a good hit on him. But I also hit 3 of my own units. Not a good thing. But the fighting is going in my favor for the most part as far as losses, and I still have this virtually full unit that I forgot about coming back. So can I win? What will happen? Just a minute over. The General of the Empire continues to make a mess out of my lines. My Hell Cannon continues to break his infantry. You saw them. They were shaken, now they're shattered. But now he's got his hero at full strength, and the General of the Empire at almost half, and I've got very beat up Chosen that are thinking about running, and a Chaos Halberd. I missed that shot. I should have had him on here, but a lot of things going on in a small space. I have some retreaters coming back. His general pulls out, leaving his Empire captain alone for the time being. My long distance help is about to arrive. Can they get there in time before my army breaks? This Chosen flees, leaving only a halberdier fighting. I'm trying to bring another halberdier in. They get in. The battle continues. His General of the Empire is doing a good job of staying on the outside instead of getting bogged down. But here he makes a nice charge, but he gets caught a little bit in the center. So we're going to target him. We're going to see what we can do. bringing back 2 units of Chosen that had fled. His general is starting to blink. The bar is way in my favor all of a sudden, and bam! Chaos wins a Pyrrhic victory. So the Empire struck back, but they came up just ever so short. A hell of a battle. My men did extremely well. You can see the halberds did. This halberd unit did. This one didn't. This one not as much. The Chosen did extremely well for these two. Well for the others. The Chaos Warhounds were critical to this battle, as they always are. 100 plus kills for the Hell Cannon is always a good thing. Archaon was a disappointment, but he did get triple teamed by the Flying Death Squad of the Empire, so that's understandable. For my opponent, it looks like his greatswords were the most effective, but I was able to minimize the effectiveness of most of his other units. Of course, his Flying Death Squad did great because they killed Archaon. So how's that for a close fight? I was almost sure I lost, but like I said, I did not give up. But I was like, I am so hosed. But I kept fighting and fighting. And then to see it all turn around there at the end is, this is the kind of fight that I live for. And this is what gets me to keep coming back again and again to Total War Warhammer. If you enjoyed the fight, if you learned something, please hit like. Please hit subscribe. It does help a lot. It doesn't cost you a nickel. It just takes you a second. And it really does show your support. And I appreciate it a ton. Until the next time, this is the Magnus. See you soon on the ladder.